Students, this is the tutorial video regarding computation of income tax liability in case of individual or Hindu undivided family without capital gain. Related with assessment year 2023-24, financial year 2022 and 23. Although this video has been prepared specifically for the students of Ankit Institute of Taxation and Consultancy Services AITCS, but it may be helpful for other students also. In this video, the methodology for computation of income tax liability for individual or HUF has been clearly given in a simple language. Hope that it will be useful to gain and understand the computation of income tax liability. So students, let us start the video. Before gaining a knowledge about computation of income tax liability, we should know what is the meaning of self-assessment tax. Self-assessment tax किसे कहते हैं? Income tax में. So let us have to know the simple meaning of the self-assessment tax. The slide goes on as under Income Tax Act, every taxpayer with the help of tax consultants or by himself or herself is liable to ascertain tax liability for the whole financial year as per the rules prescribed therein and deposit the same after the end of relevant financial year is called self-assessment tax. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि इनकम टैक्स एक्ट के अनुसार एवरी टैक्स पेयर, सभी टैक्स पेयर या तो खुद और विद द हेल्प ऑफ टैक्स कंसल्टेंट, टैक्स कंसल्टेंट की सहायता से या अपनी लायबिलिटी, सेल्फ लायबिलिटी खुद डिटरमाइन करे फॉर द फाइनेंशियल ईयर, जिस ईयर का इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न भरना है उस ईयर की लायबिलिटी वो खुद डिटरमाइन करे। अगर उनको इनकम टैक्स का नॉलेज है तो खुद डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं, या टैक्स कंसल्टेंट्स जैसे कि सीए, सीएस, एडवोकेट, सीएमए, इनकी मदद से वो अपनी लायबिलिटी निकाल सकते हैं। सो दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज सेल्फ असेसमेंट टैक्स. In simple word, we can say that calculation of income tax liability by the assessee himself or herself or with the help of tax consultant for the relevant financial year is called self-assessment tax. इसको अगर हम एग्जाम्पल की सहायता से समझे तो एग्जाम्पल, Mr. X deposits ₹5,000 as income tax in the month of April 2023 for financial year 2022-23 is called self-assessment tax. Mr. X उसने 5,000 रुपया बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया एज ए इनकम टैक्स. कब डिपॉजिट किया? आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ मार्च हो जाने के बाद अप्रैल 2023 में he has deposited the tax liability and the tax liability was deposited for the financial year 2022 and 23. We know that financial year 2022-23 ends on 31st March 2023. 2023 मार्च बीत जाने के बाद अप्रैल में वो पैसा जमा किया टैक्स का. So this is a self-assessment tax liability. Now there is a note. Kindly note that TDS is a advanced tax, not self-assessment tax. If there is any TDS deducted for the assessment year, it will be treated as advanced tax. So TDS is an advanced tax, not a self-assessment tax. Now move to the next slide. अब नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में हम क्या पाते हैं कि फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ कंप्यूटेशन ऑफ सेल्फ असेसमेंट टैक्स वी नीड सर्टेन इंफॉर्मेशन और डॉक्यूमेंट्स फ्रॉम द क्लाइंट. और जो खुद अपना सेल्फ असेसमेंट करना चाहते हैं उनको भी इंफॉर्मेशन और डॉक्यूमेंट्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So in this video, we shall learn what documents should be procured from the clients in order to be able for the computation of self-assessment tax. So first is procure relevant financial details from the client taxpayer such as salary statement, bank statement, tax saving investment, and other financial particulars for the relevant financial year. So it is an important step. Suppose that one client has came to you and he wants to file the ITR on behalf of him or her. So primarily what you need? Primarily you need certain information from the client. कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन? उसकी फाइनेंशियल डिटेल्स. फाइनेंशियल डिटेल्स इंक्लूड्स अगर वो सैलरी है तो सैलरी स्टेटमेंट मांगो. इफ ही इज और शी इज एम्प्लॉयड एल्सवेयर, गेट द सैलरी स्टेटमेंट. देन आफ्टर गेट द बैंक स्टेटमेंट. देन गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू टैक्स सेविंग इन्वेस्टमेंट जैसे LIC, मेडिक्लेम, ये मांगो. एंड अदर फाइनेंशियल पार्टिकुलर्स for the relevant financial year. If you are computing the liability for the financial year 22-23, then ask these particulars related to that financial year, that is for the period 1st April 22 to 31st March 23. इसके बाद क्या करना है? समझ लो वो डॉक्यूमेंट क्लाइंट ने अवेलेबल करा दिया. The client has given you the documents. After getting the documents, study the information and documents gathered from the client taxpayer to ascertain the source of income so that it should be taxed under correct head of income. अब इसमें क्या है, हम आगे की स्लाइड में देखेंगे कि अंडर इनकम टैक्स all the income earned by the person has been classified under 5 heads. वो 5 heads क्या क्या है? वो 5 हेड्स हैं. जैसे पहला है आपका इनकम फ्रॉम सैलरी. दूसरा है इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी. तीसरा है इनकम फ्रॉम बिजनेस प्रोफेशन. चौथा है इनकम फ्रॉम कैपिटल गेन. एंड पांचवा है इनकम फ्रॉम other sources. So after getting the relevant documents, you have to study that documents. उसमें से फाइंड करना है कि उसके बैंक स्टेटमेंट में जो अमाउंट क्रेडिट हुआ है या वो जो सोर्स बता रहा है वो कौन सा हेड में टैक्सेबल होगा, सैलरी के हेड में टैक्सेबल होगा, कि हाउस प्रॉपर्टी के हेड में टैक्सेबल होगा, कि बिजनेस प्रोफेशन में होगा, कि कैपिटल गेन में होगा, कि अदर सोर्सेस में होगा. So after getting, you have to find out the nature of that. इसके बाद क्या करना है? After that, we have to see, in case of any major expenses such as purchase of land, flat, etc., try to find out source of funding the expenses so that tax liability is derived correctly. If in the bank statement there is any major expenses for the purchase of land or flat, then we have to find out the source from where the income has been derived to purchase the land or building. In this way, we have to find out the correct income of the client assessee so that the income tax return or tax liability is calculated correctly. Now, one important is that download 26 AS or AIS to ascertain the other sources of income or expenses. So we know that 26 AS is an statement which is automatically prepared for every PAN to the income tax database. It is automatically prepared. Similarwise, AIS, annual information statement, is an advance of the 26 AS. So before filing of income tax return, before making computation of the self-assessment tax, it is strongly advised that to download 26 AS or AIS from the income tax e-filing portal. So 26 AS or AIS में क्या रहेगा? This statement contains all the financial history of the taxpayer, which the taxpayer may not disclose to you. अगर taxpayer सब कुछ information आपको दे दिया, in spite of that you should download 26 AS and AIS to find out whether there is any income which is scammed. We remember, if you are filing return without considering income reflecting in 26 years, then it is quite sure that you will get income tax notice. आपको ये याद रखना है कि अगर आपने इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न भर दिया और कोई ऐसी जानकारी जो 26 AS या AIS में दी हुई है आपने उसको कंसिडर नहीं किया, then surely you will get the income tax notice. So before making computation of tax liability or filing of income tax return, you must download 26 AS and AIS statement. So comes to the next slide. अब इसमें क्या है, हमको information मिल गया. We have ascertained the sources of income. We have ascertained regarding the major expenses. We have downloaded 26 AS and AIS. After that, we shall proceed to compute the tax liability of the client. So ये एक फॉर्मेट है, दिस इज ए फॉर्मेट जिसमें ये दिया हुआ है कि हम टैक्स लायबिलिटी कैसे कंप्यूट करेंगे. So we have to make a format like this: particulars, amount, amount, amount. एग्जाम्पल नहीं लिखना है, यहाँ समझाने के लिए आई हैव गिवन दिस वर्ड एग्जाम्पल. सो द फॉर्मेट विल बी लाइक दिस. ऊपर में लिखा रहेगा कंप्यूटेशन ऑफ टोटल इनकम फॉर द फाइनेंशियल ईयर सच एंड सच एंड असेसमेंट ईयर सच एंड सच. इसके ऊपर टैक्स पेयर्स का नाम, टैक्स पेयर्स का पैन, टैक्स पेयर्स का डेट ऑफ बर्थ, जो बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन है देना पड़ेगा. आफ्टर दैट पहला स्टेप है कि नेट इनकम फ्रॉम सैलरी. If the client person is employed anywhere, there shall be income from salary. Ask from him or her form 16 which is given by the employer. अगर employer के द्वारा दी गई form 16 is available to him or her, then computation will be easy. Otherwise, make computation for income from salary. This is the net amount, this is the net income. मीन्स इसके अंदर कैसे हम सैलरी की कंप्यूटेशन करेंगे एज पर इनकम टैक्स एक्ट, वो भी जानना जरूरी है. बट वी शैल डिस्कस दैट पार्ट इन अनदर ट्यूटोरियल वीडियो. Here we are only discussing what is the format of computation of total income and self-assessment tax. So first you have to find net income from salary. It may be from form 60 or make computation. Suppose that this is rupees 5 lakh. So income from salary is rupees 5 lakh. Then if there is net income from house property, that also should be considered. For house property also there is a separate law in the income tax. There is a separate procedure for computation of income from house property. So it shall be discussed in another video. So in this class only know if there is income from house property, then net income from house property will be added. Suppose that net income from property is rupees 50,000. Now net income from business and profession. If the assessee is also running a side business, then income from business and profession will be added. Suppose it is rupees 1 lakh. Then add income from capital gain. If there is any capital gain, sale of land, sale of flat, etc., that also shall be calculated as per rules and the figure will appear here. In this example, we has taken capital gain as nil because capital gain has a specific treatment while computing the total income. अगर हम capital gain को यहाँ पे ले लेंगे, then this example will be more complex and the purpose of this slide will not exist. यहाँ पर हमारा purpose है कि simple तरीके से आपको समझाना कि how to compute self assessment tax. इसी दूसरे वीडियो में we shall discuss computation of self assessment tax with capital gain. But in this video we shall discuss computation of self assessment tax without capital gain. So here capital gain is nil. Again, if there is income from other sources, income from other sources exist for every assessee because सेविंग बैंक से इंटरेस्ट मिलता है या कहीं से इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, that is calculated and charged under income from other sources. So let us assume here income from other sources is 10,000. So A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 heads of income, and if we make total of A, B, C, D, E, that is all 5 heads of income, then it becomes gross total income, which is in short known as GTI. So what is GTI? GTI is aggregate of income from salary, from house property, from business and profession, from capital gain and from other sources. So in this example, GTI has arrived after adding all these figures is 6,60,000. Now after getting the GTI, we have to deduction under chapter 6A, that is section 80C to 80U. It is for investment in tax saving scheme such as LIC premium, Mediclaim, etc. So from gross total income, deduct tax saving scheme investment which is prescribed under chapter 6A. ये आपको सेपरेटली स्टडी करना पड़ेगा कि 80C में कितना डिडक्शन अलाइबल है, 80D में कितना है, 80C में कितना है, एंड सो ऑन. In this example, we have considered the deduction under chapter 6 is 1,50,000. So, after deducting investment from gross total income, we have a amount which is called total income, that is TI. It is wrongly written as GTI. It should be only TI. So make it TI. So after deducting investment for tax saving purpose, which is prescribed under chapter 6A, from total income, from gross total income, we get total income. So in this case, we have total income 5,10,000. So here we want to make it clear कि इनकम टैक्स जब आप पढ़ोगे तो टोटल इनकम के लिए वेरियस टर्मिनोलॉजी यूज की होगी. कहीं लिखा रहता है नेट इनकम, कहीं लिखा रहता है नेट टैक्सेबल इनकम, कहीं लिखा रहता है नेट टोटल इनकम. So that terminology is confusing itself. You should not remember that. You should only remember GTI, gross total income, and TI, that is total income. So what is gross total income? GTI is aggregate of all incomes deriving from the 5s. What is total income? Total income is an amount which is derived after deducting all investment for tax saving as prescribed under chapter 6A from gross total income. So we get total income, and this is the income on which tax is applicable. So students, in this example, we have got our total income 5,10,000, and on this income we have to apply slab rate. Slab rate is to be applied on the total income so that we can find out the net tax payable by the assessor. We know that income tax rate is prescribed for various assessees differently. For example, for HUF and individual, there is a slab rate, 2.5 लाख तक नील, 2.5 लाख से 5 लाख 5%, 5 लाख से 10 लाख 20%, and so on. There is a slab. And for other assessees apart from the individual and HUF, there is a flat rate. वहाँ कोई slab rate नहीं है. So in this video, we are discussing about individual's liability. So we have to apply the slab rate which is applicable to the individual for the financial year 2023 and 22. 22 and 23 and 11 to assessment year 23-24. So after applying slab rate on this 5,10,000, the tax liability comes to 14,500. So how this liability has been arrived? We see that here total income is rupees 5,10,000. Slab rate is up to rupees 2.50 lakh. Taxes nil. Then second slab is more than 2,50,000, but less than rupees 5 lakh is at the rate of 5%. that is 5 lakh and 2 lakh. The difference is 2 lakh 50,000 and 2 lakh 50,000. 5% is 12,500. This is the tax liability up to rupees 5 lakh. So here our total income is 5 lakh 10,000. So we have exhausted 2 lakh 50,000 in first slab, that is nil. And for another second slab, we have also taken 2 lakh 50,000, which is the difference between 5 lakh and 2 lakh. So ultimately in the first slab and second slabs, we have used 5 lakh, that is 2.50 lakh plus 2.50 lakh. If we deduct 5 lakh from the total income, the remaining balance comes to 10,000. So on remaining rupees 10,000, taxes at the rate of 20%. That is rupees 2,000. So here why we have calculated remaining balance, because the total income is 5 lakh 10,000. So in first slabs up to 2.50 lakh nil, second 2.50 lakh below but above 5 lakh, the difference is 2.50 lakh 5%. और इसके बाद है स्लैब 5 लाख से ज्यादा लेकिन 10 लाख से कम. But here total income is not reaching up to that slab that is 10 lakh, इसलिए यहाँ पर बैलेंसिंग फिगर करना पड़ा. So the balancing figure में हमारा अमाउंट आया 2,000 रुपया. So हमारा टैक्स लायबिलिटी बाय अप्लाइंग दैट स्लैब इज, एक है 12,500 और एक है 2,000. So comes to 14,500. इस तरह से on TI 5,10,000 our taxable amount, our net tax liability will be 14,500. Now move to the next next slide. Less rebate under section 87A. Now from the tax amount which we have derived, we should have to less rebate under section 87A. In this case, it is not applicable because TI is more than rupees 5 lakh. So students, remember that if total income is up to rupees 5 lakh, then rebate under section 87A is available to the assessee, and the amount of the rebate will be 12,500 or actual tax liability, whichever is lower. So here we can say rebate under section 87A is rupees 12,500 or actual tax liability, whichever is lower. तो अगर टोटल इनकम 5 लाख तक है तो उसकी टैक्स लायबिलिटी आती है 12,500, और ये 12,500 ही 87A रिबेट देने के बाद टैक्स लायबिलिटी असेसी की 0 हो जाती है. इसलिए हम बहुत सी जगह पे ये कहते हुए पाते हैं कि 5 लाख तक का कोई टैक्स नहीं लगता. बिकॉज ऑफ द रिबेट अंडर सेक्शन 87A, द इनकम टोटल इनकम अप टू रुपीज 5 लाख इज टैक्स फ्री. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि बेसिक एग्जेम्प्टेड लिमिट 5 लाख है. बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन लिमिट इज up to rupees 2,50,000. But because of the rebate, income up to rupees 5 lakh is tax free. So in this case, rebate is not available because the TI is more than 5 lakh. So here rebate is nil. Now we have to charge education and health cess 4% on tax amount. So what is the tax amount? We have to apply education and health cess 4%. So in this case, our tax liability was 14,500, and if you put 4% cess, then this amount comes to 580. After that, total tax and cess payable. So 14,500 is our tax liability and 580 is our cess. So total tax and cess comes to 15,080. After getting the amount of total tax and cess paid, we have to less TDS or TCS as per 26 AS. So here you have to remember that TDS or TCS amount should be deducted if that amount is reflecting in 26 AS or AIS annual information statement. Suppose that here TDS and TCS is 2000 and it has deducted, so our net tax payable or refundable is 13,080. If the resultant figure is negative, then it is a refundable. If it is a positive, then it is a payable. So students, hope that कि आपको सिंपल टर्म में ये समझ में आ गया होगा कि कैसे कंप्यूटेशन करते हैं सेल्फ असेसमेंट. So here we have tried to make it clear how self-assessment tax liability is derived in case of individual or HUF assessee where there is no capital gain. I hope that this video has given you information regarding this and you enjoy it. In case you have any comment or suggestion, please write in comment box. Thanks for watching.